Imagine digging in your backyard and hitting something ancient. Not an old coin or broken pottery, but a forgotten tomb, a dinosaur fossil, or even a centuries-old statue. These are not legends. These are real discoveries made by ordinary people in their own homes. Let's uncover 10 shocking archaeological finds hiding just beneath people's feet. 1. A pharaoh's tomb in suburban Egypt. In a quiet Cairo suburb, a family digging a foundation discovered a sealed stone chamber. Inside were gold-plated artifacts, preserved linens, and a sarcophagus. Experts later confirmed it belonged to a minor pharaoh from the 18th dynasty. The tomb had somehow gone untouched for over 3,000 years, just meters away from a children's swing set. Interesting fact, tomb robbers in ancient Egypt were so common that the survival of this tomb in a modern backyard is considered miraculous. 2. The hidden Buddha of Japan. In Kyoto, a family doing routine gardening stumbled upon a stone head. It turned out to be part of a buried 6-foot Buddha statue dating back to the 8th century. Archaeologists believe it was hidden during anti-Buddhist movements in the 1800s. Interesting fact, after the statue was unearthed, local monks began visiting the home to perform ceremonies and declared it a site of spiritual significance. 3. The Viking treasure in the UK. In North Yorkshire, a retired couple discovered strange metal objects while installing a fence. It was a Viking hoard, silver coins, ingots, and jewelry, buried around 900 AD. They now call their garden Valhalla. Interesting fact, the treasure's weight was so significant that experts believe it was buried in preparation for fleeing an invading force. 4. Dinosaur bones in Colorado. An unsuspecting man planting trees in his yard hit something rock hard, but it wasn't a rock. It was a 66-million-year-old Triceratops skull. Paleontologists later uncovered additional bones from the same creature, estimating its weight at over 12,000 pounds. Interesting fact, the bones were so well preserved that DNA testing was possible, a rarity in paleontology. 5. A Roman mosaic in a British backyard. While digging a fish pond, a man in Wiltshire struck a layer of colorful stone tiles, a fully intact Roman mosaic. It's believed to be part of a luxurious villa from the 3rd century AD. The site is now under protection by the British Museum. Interesting fact, the craftsmanship and detail of the mosaic suggest that a Roman noble once lived on that very spot. 6. The medieval skeletons beneath a French lawn. In Toulouse, a couple noticed a sinkhole in their garden. Upon investigation, they found bones, a lot of them. It turned out to be a forgotten Plague-era burial site, site containing over 60 skeletons. Interesting fact, DNA analysis showed that many of the buried individuals were related, entire families lost to the Black Death. 7. The Mayan pottery in Belize. A farmer clearing land near his house unearthed dozens of clay pots, bowls, and ceremonial masks. Experts dated them to around 600 AD and confirmed they had likely been used in Mayan rituals. Interesting fact, the patterns on the pottery match those found in elite royal tombs, hinting that this area might have been a sacred site. 8. The American Civil War sword in Virginia. While repairing a broken sprinkler, a man discovered a rusted metal object. It turned out to be a Confederate officer's saber, buried in excellent condition. Further digging revealed military buttons, bullets, and part of a uniform. Interesting fact, the sword bore initials linked to a documented missing officer, giving closure to a 150-year-old mystery. 9. The Aztec sacrificial altar in Mexico City. In a quiet neighborhood in Mexico City, A family renovating their patio discovered a large, flat stone carved with intricate images. What they had found was an Aztec sacrificial altar, complete with ceremonial knives and scorched charcoal from ancient rituals. Historians confirmed it dated back to the late 1400s, just before the Spanish conquest. Interesting fact, the discovery site was just a few blocks away from a school, and children had played over the sacred ground for generations, unaware of what lay below. 10. The Bronze Age grave in Denmark. A Danish couple planting hedges uncovered strange stones in a circular pattern. After reporting it, archaeologists revealed it was a 3,000-year-old Bronze Age burial. Inside the grave were bone tools, amber beads, and the remains of a warrior, possibly a tribal chieftain. Interesting fact, analysis showed he was buried with food offerings and wrapped in bark. Traditions still observed in parts of Scandinavia centuries later. What secrets lie just beneath your own backyard? These stories prove that history is not always locked behind museum glass. Sometimes it's right under your feet. So next time you dig, keep your eyes open. The ground might just be hiding the next great discovery.